and I am back with a very special video on my lovely art journal. I've been art journaling for what, like 5-6 years now, and it's definitely shifted over time, and it's continued to shift actually even in one journal. So this one, a friend and I, Christine, I'll put her link down below. Every year I find a altered book for her that just calls out to me, and she finds one for me, and then we can decorate the covers if we want, or sometimes, like originally she designed the cover. She did this gorgeous flower on it and picked it out. I had a word that I chose for 2015, and then it shifted into a different word. So I covered up the word. She had put the word, my 2015 word, on here, and I covered it up. I actually did gesso first, and then painted it over with purple, and then took the back end of my paintbrush and did little swirls so that the white could show through. So this is my 2015. This is everything in 2015 that I needed to work through, or a lot of people use art journals as art, and I do have like you can see, I do have a little bit of art stuff in here. A lot of it's collage and writing because that's who I am. So I just wanted to do a quick, I'm gonna try to keep it quick, a quick little art journal video and share how I use my altered book as an art journal. So let's begin. Okay, so here, this is a whole perception is reality, saying goodbye to 2014, and then like I said, originally Lux was my word of the year, and so I wrote out the definitions, and then I added the softening because Lux kind of morphed into a softening. So my layers are being peeled away. And so this, Christine actually wrote this, Here's to the Light and Abundance of 2015. And this is the name of the book, Wild Awake. So you'll notice I love this. I begin here, just that sentence. I first read that sentence in a book that was by May Sarton. It's the first book in it's the first sentence in her book, Journal of a Solitude. And that has stuck with me. And so Christine, when we find a book for each other, she goes through and she'll add different things. Like I'll show you, where is it? We add little secret messages. Like she did these little snippets, and then like even further on, I've not gotten that far, but just to kind of show you what we do. Okay, so you see, like that's all her that she added. There's something else right there. Just little surprises as you get further and further into, see that, and not all, it's, you know, she take that in with a little prompt. So she's got stuff in here for me too to find, and it's just so fun. And so she did some of this page, and then I added to it. And then there's a little bit of art. I don't do a whole lot of drawing. I do much more of this kind of stuff. I do love finding words that are already on the page. So for example, this says a ton of practicing and planning. Sorry for the shadow there, guys. This was all about my word, and I pulled out different words that resonated. And then my word was Lux, and then I added to it because a couple months later, it's shifted. This was a 100 Things to Do Every Day thing that I did actually with my friend, because we meet up to do art together. And I wrote down 100 things I wanted to do or would do every day. This is all about my newsletter. And then I have more stuff on on Lux and softening. And then that's my 2015 book list. I'm in a little book club with my friend. We read a book a month together. So then when all of this, the reason I have this here, all of this was when Lux was my word. And then in May, my word shifted. And so from this point forward, it's more geared towards the new chapter. And I started using it more as a right brain planner, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but a place where I mapped out my thoughts, or I could throw everything in here. So this is May's intentions, and I just listed out little intentions for May. This was some brainstorming I did on marriage. Find my happy place. I wrote about my happy place. These are this summer, different things that we're going to be doing. And this is my page on style. And you can see this is not like art. I mean, it is, but it's not. Basically, I started, okay, this says, here lay my very inexperienced notes on style. Begin here. Begin with what I know. And then I wrote down what I know, that blue jeans that fit and feel right are divine. Boho shawls and sweaters are a must. Favorites for layering and coziness, cowgirl boots in the fall and winter, yes please. And then things to play with. I reread the style statement and went to figure out my own, and it took a while. You know, I found it on the 20th, which was only a couple days ago. I'm Pensive Mystic. And so worked that out. This is where I am. I kind of keep a bookmark. All of these pages I consider done. This page I do not. So this bookmark is here to say, come back here. Okay, I have to move this because this is irritating me. Okay, so this bookmark is here to say this page needs work, come back to it. So you'll see as I go further that and in my last video, which I'll link below on Love Note Adventure, if you have not seen that, check that out. I mentioned how I'm a prepper. I love to go through and prep my pages. And so this one was prepped, and then afterwards, I hadn't marked anything out, and then I saw pink lemonade, and this page like was totally pink lemonade. So here I have a poem, Pink Lemonade, that I am planning on writing. I gotta come back to. This is just some notes. You know, that day I felt like journaling about a specific thing. I found all these words and journaled about signs and words, and how it's, to me, they're signs that I seek, just like animal sightings, things that speak to my soul and excite me and romance me. And so I just kind of wrote, you know, I love when words pop up just for me. This is a page all about surrendering, most wanted, and I've been adding, that's why I have a bookmark here, because I can flip to it and add different things that I want. This is a whole idea page. I found this, stuck it down, and then all these things started popping out, and I have my novel I'm working on that is supposed to be published this fall, but I have to finish it and hit my deadlines, which I'm a little behind on. And then healing work, YouTube video ideas. This is a whole nother thing that I'll be doing a video on. Creating a new course with Soul GPS. I actually have it here. These are my two journals that I'm in. This is a altered composition book, and I'll be sharing more about that later. But I had the idea for this book and then mapped it out here. So this is kind of like a table of contents of things I wanted to put into my other themed journal. This is where I've stopped, and as I'll show you, well, I guess I did have a couple other things. So this, a mothering softness, a recipe for embracing mommyhood. I have to come back and do that. And then here, this is just a to-do list that I added on the 18th. Crossed out everything. And then, but that's the last thing that is like that I've done. And then here, these are my prepped pages for this coming week. And whatever things I need to work through or ideas I have, I'll come here. And sometimes a photo will prompt an idea or prompt something I know I need to work through, and then I'll use it that way, but a lot of times it'll be where I have something in my head that I need to get out. I need to mind map or journal through, and that's why I go ahead and prep, because then I can just grab my pen and I can take this with me wherever I want to go and journal through what I need to journal through. And then, see, here's where I've stopped. I don't really, there's another surprise from her. So that is how I use my altered book. Thank you guys so much for watching and for putting up with the shadows and birds and all of that. My plan is to get this lovely adventure up next week, so stay tuned because you'll want to hear all about this one in my next video. Subscribe and thumbs up, and I will continue this journey of sharing my chapters with you guys. Thanks, have a great weekend and a wonderful week next week.